sensor. This is a lambda sensor, or more commonly known as oxygen sensor. Yes, cars need oxygen as well. And I plan to sell this online, perhaps on eBay, right? But there are so many difficulties that I'll face to list this part online before I could ever think of selling it online. For example, I need to know all the different variations of the make and model that this particular oxygen sensor fits to. I need to know all the cross references, the OE numbers. That's precisely what we solve at Autotech. Hi, good morning from Dubai. I'm the CEO of Autotech.io. Today I'm going to demonstrate one of the many tools we develop for the automotive industry. And the specific tool we're going to dive into today is gridxconnect.io. That's gridxconnect.io. Let's dive right into the demo then. Here's the dashboard of gridxconnect.io. This particular account is currently linked to an eBay store. So you can see it's connected to eBay. There is a quick insight that you can start with. The numbers here are for more than just looking pretty. This gives you a quick idea on how many parts are listed and what's the total value of the parts listed on eBay. Now, this is particularly very important because eBay has different subscription tiers, and each subscription tier offers a particular limit to the number of products listed equal to the number of value it has. Right, and down here, you can see what is the statistics on how many products are live on eBay, how many are ready to be shipped or ready to be published at, and how many needs to be fixed. A quick insight on the gridxconnect usage itself. Every month it has a particular usage limit based on the subscription plan you have. More on this while we discuss plans at the end of the demo. And there are a number of other insights you can and analytics you can get here. More number of these dashboards can be added, can be customized based on the seller requirement. So let's just start listing a product, right? Let's jump right up late. If I want to sell this part, I really need to first decide how much I'm going to sell this for, right? I need to know what is the most competitive pricing I can sell it for, right? And there are many more things like eBay fees, the payment gateway charges, how much it would cost to ship it, the weight, the dimension, so many variables and so many unknowns. And that's exactly what market research is designed for. Let's click aftermarket because this is a Bosch brand here. I'm going to key in the part number that's there on the box here. 16143. Select Bosch. I don't want to disclose what the cost of the product is, so I'm going to leave that empty. And let's decide to make 20% margin on this. I can choose free if I am going to add the shipping fee and make it free shipping to my customers. So the shipping cost is inclusive in the listing fee. Or I select buyer pays if that's an add-on, right? I hit research. I've got all the information I need. I can make sure that this product is accurately identified. So that's a Bosch oxygen sensor. I've got the weight. I've got the dimensions, and I've got the recommended pricing. Now, how this works is that we have an API access to eBay market research, and it probes in and finds out the latest listings of the similar products on eBay from other sellers and decides to break down the cost I would incur if I were to sell this part online. And here the basic setup is I'm selling from Dubai to US through the eBay US store. So all the breakdown is based on those metrics. If I come down to the breakdown, it has a recommended estimate of how much it might cost. It accesses DHL FedEx API to pull the shipping charges to USA on average. It'll also tell me how much I would end up paying eBay, how much I would end up paying for export fees, payment gateway, and other additional costs. So I have a clear indication and a clear reason why I should be selling it at 182. But there is a small note here. It says the average eBay selling price is at 124 based on 11 comparable listings. So let me just scroll down here and I can see there are many sellers who are listing this part for below the average price. So I'm going to decide to be aggressive. Many of these sellers might be charging additional shipping. So I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to sell at 124 to ensure that I can sell this part competitively enough. But having known that this is what I have to pay in terms of my selling cost, right? So I've decided to sell it at 124. I'm going to jump into creating the actual listing now. So we go to add part, click aftermarket again, and key in the part number on the box. That's 16143, right? Select the brand Bosch and enter one of the vehicles that you know it fits to. Let's say BMW. I'm selling a new part. I've decided to sell it at 124. Process. As it runs, what it is doing is it is accessing our proprietary gridx database. It pulls out data from more than 1.17 billion data points in our proprietary database called gridx. It has over 2.5 million fitment parameters, everything sourced from accredited certified sources of manufacturers, OES brands, and other aftermarket brands. So the processing is complete, and you can see that it has a really nice 80-character limited title with SEO and fitment data. That's not exactly what gridxconnect does. It does much more in depth. Let me pull up the product. If we probe into the product listing, you will find it's highly detailed and highly technical and accurate in nature. Now let's inspect the listing that the gridx has created. You can see here it's highly detailed. It creates a very SEO friendly, keyword rich 80-character limit title, fills in all the necessary mandatory fields that eBay requires, like brand, part type, country of origin. A very important information is the category, and sometimes very difficult to identify. So the category has to be precisely placed. I mean, that affects your visibility of a product listing on eBay. gridx automatically maps it using the eBay API, and you don't have to do a thing. Then the image. We have about 10 million plus images in our database for aftermarket products. But this particular listing, there is a caveat, and I'm going to get back to that. Additional details like fitting positions, OE numbers, very, very important, because not all customers are going to use the number that's there on the box. They might key in the OE part numbers. So all the OE cross-references are pulled from the database, from the OEM catalog, and it's added to the listing. So if anybody searches with this particular number, your listing still pops up. Now, this section here is the most important section. The fitment compatibility, that's the golden record, right? If the fitment is not accurate, you might sell this part to the wrong car. A wrong fitment is what ends up in returns. The data that gridxconnect extracts from our database is not generic. It's very accurate. It's got a 99.9% accuracy with year, make, model, and engine specification. And when a particular buyer verifies and wants to know if that part fits to his vehicle, this table is what decides whether that part fits his vehicle. This is extremely crucial while listing on online platforms. Going down, you can see a few of the additional content, like, for example, SEO-based descriptions, and HTML content. This can be customized. It's interactive. It can be customized as per the seller requirements and designs. These are pretty standard things. Jumping back to the image. Now, what I notice here is that I've got an image, and I know for a fact this is a catalytic converter or a muffler, and the oxygen sensor fits right here. The image, unfortunately, that the database had is only the assembly, right? So I decide not to list this one. But now I'm left with another problem. That's why we have added a feature called path. It places a temporary placeholder so that you can go live without having the friction of not having an image. So it generates a template as a placeholder. This template is custom designed for each seller. They can go to settings and build their own custom template with that matches to their eBay store. It maps the part number, the product name, the condition, and the make automatically, and puts an image there in place so that you can go ahead and publish the product. I click publish, and it uses the API connection that is set up during the account settings and pushes the listing directly to eBay. It takes a few seconds for all the details to sync directly to eBay. Few seconds, few minutes. If you come, all the descriptions are correct, all keyed in, the features, the HTML description, everything is here. It takes a few minutes for the compatibility to link. So what I demonstrated here was a single SKU edition, a single part. Now, sellers may not just have one part, and they have thousands of parts to list. So that's what a bulk upload feature is for. So you have two templates. You have a standard template. You can download this Excel file here and fill in the part number, price, quantity, make, brand. Pretty simple. But if you're an advanced seller, you can add what's there in standard template, take the advanced template, and also add your own title, your own description, images, SKU, and weight and dimensions. Upload the file here, and you can process 20,000, you can process 1,000 products at a time. Roughly takes about 30 minutes for 2,000 products to be processed. And it'll pop up here in your job window. Once the bulk processing is done, it is all pushed to your My Inventory hub. But before we go to My Inventory, we also have to add images to these bulk upload, because we don't add image at the time. In case you have not added image URL, you can jump to image drive and bulk upload all the images you have taken. For example, in a salvage yard, you will bulk upload the data through the Excel file, and you'll have plenty of images taken. And you don't want to be adding these images manually one by one. So all you have to do is save all the images into a folder. Each set of listing images have to have the file name same as the SKU listing, and upload all of those folders into the image drive. Once it's uploaded here, the system matches based on the SKU exactly to that particular listing. And if there are any typos or errors, it will pop up here, and then you can fix them. So it's pretty seamless. It removes the friction of manually adding images to your listing. Right. Back to My Inventory. Many of our customers actually use it as a inventory management system for their phygital operation. So physical and their online or digital platform, their stocks are synced. The reason is because it has many features, like you can add location, you can print labels, shipping labels, you can create filters, custom filters, and you can manage your entire physical inventory and digital inventory in one place. So if an item is sold in your physical store, it automatically syncs here, you update it here, and automatically syncs on your eBay store. And the other way around is also true. So it's a very simple inventory management tool. There are many features we add on the go based on the feedbacks we receive from different sellers, and it keeps improving itself. Let's jump into FitX now. Let's assume I'm an existing seller and I have about 1,000 products listed already on my eBay store. I came across gridxconnect, used it, my 1,001 onwards, all the listings are enhanced, and it has all this beautiful fitment and everything. But what about my listing which was not enhanced, the old listings. So that's what FitX does. It scans your eBay store, it pulls all your existing data, enhances it, gives you all the enhanced data, and then you can republish those back to eBay. This way, the entire store is homogeneous and everything is enhanced, and there's compatibility to all your listings. Let's jump into the next tool that we have on gridxconnect. That's YardScan. This is specifically designed for salvage yard sellers who would love to dismantle and sell bits and pieces and parts of those cars. But let's assume a salvage seller, wants to list a product, that, for example, alternator. Before he wants the product to be live as soon as possible. Now, YardScan, the version you're seeing here is the older version. We have a newer, more advanced version on the way, for which I will create a new demonstration video once it's launched. But just to explore the idea, we will run this older version here. As a salvage yard seller, for example, he receives a vehicle, a BMW. And let me decode the VIN. It identifies exact vehicle that he has received. He has not removed the alternator, so he doesn't know the part number. So without the part number, he can essentially list the item. This tool removes that friction. The system will now go and fetch the part number from the OEM catalogs and identify the precise part that fits that vehicle, so that there's no need for dismantling. Here I have the part number. Now all I need to do is to go back to send this to the inventory queue and process it in AdPart, and my listing is live. I can probably put the image of the car itself and start selling. And as soon as the vehicle is dismantled, in a timely manner, I can add images to the listing I have. So this is how YardScan helps salvage yard sellers. In the more advanced version, we are implementing micro catalog. So each vehicle becomes has its own catalog, and you can track which are the part of the salvage vehicle I have sold and which are still on the vehicle. So that's in the more the newer version, which is due next month, and the demo is on. Right. So that sort of wraps up. Okay, I think I missed one function here. It's called Quick Import. Quick Import is a cross-platform import tool. Example here, it is supported for Shopee. Shopee from the Southeast Asian market like Thailand, Malaysia. And if you have products listed there, you can simply paste your store link here, and it imports and mirrors your listing from Shopee to eBay. So pretty neat, very simple import solution if you're running multiple marketplaces. Right. Now let's jump into the last section of the discussion. That's the pricing plans. I'm going to go to manage. Oh, the one thing I could show you before we jump into price plan would be the part snap customization. So this is where you customize your template. You can create your own templates. As you can see, there are multiple design templates you can create, and that becomes your placeholder based on your listing, and you can go live as soon as possible instead of waiting for the actual picture to be available. Again, it's a temporary solution, but the faster you list, the faster the visibility for it to being sold. Right, going back to billing. Let me hit the view plans. Anybody can sign up for free, and they can try 50 SKUs. They can try it out, right? Again, they can publish it onto their eBay store. There is an invite-only eBay sponsored program. The retail program goes at $100 a month, and the listing includes 1,000 per month capacity for listing, but it does not stop you at 1,001. The moment you go 1,000 above in a month, it charges you on a pro rata basis of 10 cents. I don't think there is any listing service cheaper than 10 cents, I would say, right? So it does not stop or limit any sellers who wants to do a particular month more than 1,000. They can continue doing. That will be just billed for the overages the next month. The Plus plan is the same idea, but the per SKU cost is lesser and the per month limit is higher. So 3,000 and overages go at $0.08, 88 cents per SKU. If you go to the more advanced, if you're a power seller, you have enterprise plans like, and you can really customize your own plan. Let's say I'm a 25,000 parts per month seller, and it will customize the cost of $1,250 a month, and based on the averages, whatever the per SKU cost will be billed on a pro-rata basis. So that's pretty much about how the entire GridX system works. And our whole objective is to build easy to use, simple tools that will make the journey of listing a product and selling it online. So that's from me today. Thank you, and have a great day ahead.